episode of American DA Live. On today's show, host Jack Patty, Ray the DA, and Assistant Commonwealth Attorneys Kathy Phillips and Shauna Kinser will discuss the case of David Irwin. On May 9, 2009, it was graduation day at UK, and two young people were getting ready to go out with their friends to celebrate graduation at several different parties. After a night of celebrating, they returned to their friend's house. All of a sudden, the young man felt a sharp blow to the back of his head, and the girl felt like she was being punched everywhere. They never saw the attacker, and as quickly as it started, it ended. Stay tuned for more details on this case.
Morning, it's 9:07 as we welcome you into this Forensic Friday, the 15th day of April, 2011. And this morning, a local case that will scare the bejeebers out of you. We have Commonwealth Attorney Ray Larson, of course, in the studio with us. Good morning, Ray.
Good morning, Jack.
And tell us who we have with us this morning.
Well, with us this morning is Kathy Phillips, who's a prosecutor in our office, and Shauna Kinser, who is also a prosecutor in our office. And Kathy's been on kind of a run here.
She's
had several big cases, and I don't know how that happened because we go through a pretty
Like a rotation?
Specific rotation, and they just came up at the...
Well, in this case, the victim was in college at UK, and it was her college graduation day of May 9th, 2009. She had dated the defendant for about a year and a half prior to this date, but it was an on and off again relationship between the victim and the defendant. They had broken up, gotten back together, broken up, gotten back together several times, and about this time she decided it was off, it was over, she was done.
Because they bleed more profusely than other injuries, and so everybody thought that he had been injured the most, but it had gone into the back of his skull, and he also had an injury to his face, which we learned later that he has a little bit of paralysis on his lip, and he can't smile correctly. You know, one side is kind of numb still to this day. Ashley, it turns out, the victim, she had gone, she just thought she'd been punched, and so when the EC gets there, they immobilize her. They put her in this kind of a sling, and they don't want her to move. They take her to UK hospital, and she's complaining that her lungs are hurting, she can't breathe, something's hurting really bad, her arm is hurting. So when they actually take her in...
To learn more, tune in every Friday morning at 9 a.m. on News Talk 590.